Good evening, everybody. Boop. Boops all around. Boops for everybody. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are live. Oh. Yesterday, I spent the entire day with this mark on my arm, and we were playing a game of, is it a bite or is it a spot? Turned out, it was a spot. So it's a lot better today, which is nice. But how are we doing? How is everybody out there? Laura, how were the birthday burgers? Birthday burgers were lovely. I consumed far too much burger. Had a good time. I also had some chicken wings that were a little bit too hot for me. And normally I'm okay with hot wings, but the first one I just caught it wrong. Do you ever have that if you eat any hot wings eaters out there? You just, the first bite, you just catch it wrong. And then for the rest of the dish, it's like, oh, so much heat. But yeah, no, it was lovely. Was much cake consumed? I've had. Before I came on here, I had 2 pieces of my birthday shortbread. Good evening, Wiggle Wiggles Bottom. Sup to you, Kataro. Hi, Thierry. A little bit over halfway on my Free Guild Cavaliers. Awesome, Vicious Goose. Congratulations. Hello, Big Bad Peter Gaming. Hello, Holy Diver. The music just whispered in my ear. I'm not sure I'm into that. Yeah, bite or spot. Like, honestly, look at that. Look at that angry red mark. Genuinely, I couldn't figure it out. It was just really painful. Yeah, it turned out it was a spot. I haven't done a hot wings challenge in a long time. I did one. The last time I did one, I would have been 21 in Leeds. And you know, I don't think like I'm the best spicy wings eater, but like I'm not bad. But last night I was just like, it was too much. Peter Collins, working on my Maliceptor still. Your Maliceptor looks fit. Oh, you're very welcome, Katara. I'm glad I could help. That's a great mention there of the Seraphon, because as tonight may have shown, I'm setting some project goals tonight. So tonight I need to figure out what I need to do to finish things off. And I need your help out there, because you guys are the experts. Because I have things like the Tyranids, for example, where I have one of everything new. And I need to figure out how I'm going to finish that off. Hi Josh, hope that you had a great birthday. That happened to me with pho. I put too much chili oil on it. And I can't think I've ever had pho. I don't know. I'm not sure. Joe, I once went to this kind of curry evening at a friend of mine's, and they were like, "Don't have that one because that one's really hot." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then somebody switched the little kind of tags around, so a bunch of people went up to go and get like a mild to medium thing, and they walked away with this lethally hot, like foul type thing. We all sat down to eat. It was just like first bite. We all have to go and get some milk. It's funny. Accidental heat in food is always amusing. It's like too much pepper or something like It's like surprise food always does often quite make me laugh. Using the Blade Champ tutorial for my Wardens because the armor looks more aged than the Termes tutorial for my Custodes. Awesome. Custodes is a product I know that I don't need to buy anything for. That's why it's not on the list. What I need to do is make time for it. But I do have everything I need for like 4,000 points of Custodes. Is next month Orktober or Spooktober? Bombardment. Next month. Thank you for the 2, Big Bad Peter Gaming. Is it going to be specifically Orktober or Spooktober? Probably not. Will I try and do some stuff? Yes, depends on the time. It's always War-tober. Evening, dude. Hope stream is good. We'll join around 9:30. Probs. Have fun. We'll be here. Probably till about 10:30, possibly 11. Depends on things. Hobby goals are good. I am working on my very much neglected Leviathan box. Started the 3 big boys 3 days ago. Just got to finish the Psychophage now. Then they are all done. Tick. Awesome, Plops of Corn. Good old Leviathan. Gary. Hey, buddy. You're going to be doing more Nurgle painting, Death Guard, and Maggot King. So, yes, is the answer. As to when, I don't know. Because I know a lot of people want to see a Glotkin video. But it's a big model. It would take a couple of days, probably, to do. And it's the type of video that is best served coming out near a Maggotkin of Nurgle battle tome. Or if something else Nurgly is happening at the time. Because the Glotkin video is the type of thing where, like, for example, like when I release something like How to Paint Magnus the Red, you put the Magnus video out, and because it's nowhere near Thousand Suns releases or anything like that, no one watches it. So I would put the Glotkin video, I would put a Glotkin video out, and a bunch of people would be saying, "Are you going to do a Glotkin?" I'm like, yeah, I've done it, because I didn't see it the first time. But yeah, there's always going to be more Nurgle videos. There's a Spoilpox Scrivener sat right here on my desk, as an example. And yeah, it's just a case of investing my money and my time wisely. Because I'd have to buy a Glotkin, for example. 65 concurrent viewers and 13 likes. If you've got a like to donate, how about smashing that like button? That would be very nice of you. Sigmar himself potentially coming in at one point. Sigmar model one day. I hope that there isn't a Sigmar model, because it would betray what he is supposed to be now. So Sigmar used to take the battlefield all the time, before the Age of Chaos, back in the Age of Myth and the Age of Strife. And he used to be, you know, as he always was, a warrior who led his armies from the front. And then as civilization fell around him, he fought an endless losing battle that he couldn't possibly win against all the predations of chaos across all the realms, to the point of where it culminated in a moment where Tzeentch tricked him into throwing Galmaraz at an illusory target during a big battle, and he was separated from his hammer, and in that moment he knew that it just he couldn't be the warrior king anymore. He had to become the god. So when he moved back to Azir, it was he figured that he could do more by being Sigmar, the god king Sigmar, rather than the warrior god king, which he can, because if he's bumbling around the mortal realms fighting things mano a mano, he can't send celestial lightning bolts full of Stormcast Eternals to where they need to be done, where they're greatly needed across the realms. So, you know, Oh, excuse me about that. Something got on my phone. So I hope there isn't a Sigmar model, but what I would love to see is a new Celestant Prime, because that old one isn't as cool as the Yndrasta model. So a new Celestant Prime would be an awesome thing to see. See, that like the Emperor getting a model makes more sense, because the Emperor is not. If the Emperor was to get up off the off the throne, he becomes this mortal presence once again, right? He's just a man. Whereas Sigmar beholds the realms. Do you know what I mean? I think one day there will be an Emperor model for Horus Heresy. And he'll be like... honestly, it surprises me that we've not had a teaser for it to happen, given as we've got the last book coming up. Because something big is happening, and I think it is the old world. But something big is happening with this 40 years of Warhammer. So it's on the way. It seems lives are quite regular. No, normally we just stream on a Wednesday. Wednesday at 8:30. I would like to stream more often, but it is time taken away from painting. Painting new stuff. Because I can't do it live right now. But yeah, I'm sitting and figuring out my resource allocation to see if I can stream a little bit more. Hey, I was just wondering, would you be doing a Gene Stealer painting tutorial following the new models? Yes, Jar Jar. I will. They're on my desk. They have become a do it when you've got time in between things to do. Good evening, Scarbrand. Are you still going to be doing Kairos Fateweaver? Yes, I've got him. He's downstairs. I need to build him. I mean, stream every day. Yeah. Stream for 2 hours every day, then upload videos as well. See, look, that's the thing, right? Is to grow both revenue and audience size and all that kind of thing. If you upload and make content every single day and twice a day, different types of content, you grow the channel really quickly. It will kill me though. It might be Mike's painted minis. Yes. Yeah, see, I already sleep for about 6 hours, which is really bad. I often work until 4. And if I'm really busy, I work till 5 a.m. And then I'm up again at 10:30, 11:30, depending on what my bedtime was. And I'm right back to it. So tomorrow, for example, I have a pretty big video that I'm currently working on. Which isn't too complicated, but it's just it takes time. So I've got that to do, but I've also got to edit the Ard Boys video tomorrow. So I've got to wake up, edit the Ard Boys video. I've got several bases I need to finish in order to do that. Then I've got to finish this video in preparation for Friday, where I've got a video to edit for Saturday, and then I've got videos to do for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I've got another one that another 4 that I've got to film next week. No, it's terrible, Laura. It's really bad. My sleep schedule is awful. But then I find, like, when I try to sort it out, it ends up like, because we've just got quite a few logistical issues here, right? So there is no soundproofing at all in this rented accommodation, and there is, because we're kind of more in the suburb type areas. There's a lot more kind of retirees around here, which you would think would make it more quiet, but in fact does not, because they spend all day mowing the lawn. So often between the hours of about 12 and 3 or 4, I can't do much filming because there's just so much noise pollution. So I end up having to film later at night where it is just deathly quiet because there's no traffic whatsoever. There's no sound anywhere from about 7 o'clock onwards. So that's my prime filming time. So the day I use for doing admin, and then late afternoon is when I start filming. You should not overwork yourself like that. Look, when I get to 100,000 subs, when I get my silver YouTube play button, we're cruising, bro. It's just, you know, it's taken 3 years to get to nearly 50, so another 3 years, and then I'll get 8 hours a night. If I wanted to paint a cape with a contrast red, but it's been primed black, would you recommend painting it grey/white or respraying the entire model? Mega Miniatures, have you built it in sub-assemblies? Because you could probably just get away with, if it's the outside of the cape, you could probably just get away with spraying just that bit. Because if you're spraying something black, I'm guessing you're not contrast painting the rest of the model, so it won't matter. So you can just spray the bit that you want to. I mean, if you're saying the face, then I'd just prime the whole thing grey sear or whatever. But the cape, you can probably just spray that cape. Probably. Let me know. He is young, at Laura Brand. I may not look it. Sometimes I feel like butter scraped over too much bread. Sometimes. And when that comes along, I do a live stream where I say, hey everyone, I'm really tired. And I'm really not happy. Tinfoil for the anniversary. There will be an all-resin diorama of the Emperor versus Horus over the body of Sanguinius. That guy, you know. That would be sick. And I would spend all of my money on that. If they make that diorama, my wallet is going to break, but I am getting 100%. Have you thought about maybe having a technique discussion stream, etc., with other miniature painting YouTubers, just to share viewers between each other, grow both communities? That was a Bilbo line. Warboss is watching. He's paying attention. Yes, I have thought about doing that. Where I've thought about it is the only way it really works and doesn't really work at the same time is if 2 accounts stream at the same time. So if I stream to my audience and that person streams to their audience, and we make content that way, but streams are never really the best for growing channels, because all of the content for a stream sits in a different tab. So whenever you go to a YouTube channel, people generally only see the videos and they won't click on the lives button, right? So it's not often that people go down that route to subscribe to the channel. So it's you brought the model Alaris model primed black. I mean, yeah, you could just prime the whole thing in grey, but yeah, if it's just the cloak, you can probably just, I mean, I would always do things all in grey sear because that's the way I do things, right? Um, but yeah. So yeah, it's that thing of like growing your channels with other YouTubers. Absolutely, 100%. I am more than happy to and welcome collaboration and working with anyone on anything that they want to do. But it's better to do it in video format. And then the question is whose channel does that video go on? Because if I've got a project where I invite a painter over to do something, or we talk over Zoom and this, that, and the other, do I upload that video or do they upload that video? Because you have to operate under this assumption that roughly, I think it's something like 2% of people will travel, right? So like, I think what a lot of, and this is advice for any creator out there who might be watching now, but always just temper expectations on who's going to move for you. So you see it with like whenever there comes a new like Patreon, for example. Like if you look at some Patreons things, then some people who have massive accounts have tiny Patreons, and some people who have tiny accounts have massive Patreons. Same for like YouTube memberships or any of those. And yes, I know these are paid options, so there's that kind of reduces that percentage of people who will move for you. But you operate, and I operate based on the idea that 1% of people will travel. 1 to 2% of people will travel. So if I had a video, if I star in a video that comes out on, if I star in a video that comes out on an account that say has 1 million subscribers, if you think maybe 2% of people will watch that video, so like when you look at like big YouTubers who have millions and millions of subscribers, you would expect their videos to get, if things worked out right, you would expect a video to have, if you've got 10 million viewers, you would expect a video to have 10 million views. It doesn't. They generally have about 1%. So they might have 100,000 views on that video, which is a lot. But 200,000 views on a video in like the first day or so for somebody who has 10 million subscribers is really good. But if 200,000 people watch said video and then 2% of 200,000 people will travel because you tell them to, so if I put a video out and say, hey, everybody go over to here, that account might see growth of maybe 2,000, possibly 20,000 subscribers. Does that make sense? Make sense? So it shouldn't ever be about the numbers, right? But it's a case of that is what goes through everybody's head when it's like, hey, do you want to collaborate on this? It's like, is it worth the work? Do you know what I mean? It's not like a slight on anybody. It's just like, is that going to do what we think it's going to do? So then you end up with that thing where people wonder why it doesn't work. And I'm just, you know, because it doesn't. Because it's not anybody's particular fault. If anything, it's actually YouTube algorithm's fault, right? Because if you subscribe to a channel, you think that you would hear any updates from said channel, but actually you don't. You only receive all updates from the channel if you have clicked the bell icon and you've changed the notifications to all rather than, you know, show me the things. So if you are, say, somebody who's big into video games and also watches Warhammer YouTube streams and videos, YouTube's going to recommend you video gaming content way before it recommends you any Warhammer content. So you might see something, but often you won't. So then you just forget about who you're following. See what I mean? Because like I forget about channels all the time. Exactly. So then it becomes about, you know, can we fit the time in? Does it work? Whose schedule works with who? So like my schedule does not work with anyone else. so when I go and do other stuff, it's because I'm giving up that time for that person's thing, which I love doing because I like helping other people, and I just love talking about Warhammer and talking about painting and doing all that kind of thing. I do love that. But if I was to say, yeah, can we record at 2 a.m? No one's going to want to do that. If we're going to go on Zoom, let's record at 2 a.m. Because there will be no sound. I can have all the cameras up. There's nobody's going to interrupt or anything like that. So that's it. So like if I stream during the day, you just hear lawnmowers, building work, all that kind of thing. So that's why the evening's better for me. But yes. Well, other than US. Yeah, exactly. Well, so that's why. Right, so a lot of my audience is directly split 50-50. Not quite, but it's like 40.1% and 39.2% of my audience comes from the US and the UK. Which is strange. But like, you know, because I'm streaming at 9 o'clock. It's 4 p.m. there on the East Coast, I think. Anyone from the US, do correct me. And it's 8 hours back, so it's 1/2 o'clock on the West Coast currently, I think. But that's why I put my videos out at 7:30, because it's an ideal time for us here in the UK. You might be settling down to do some painting at the time, then a video of mine comes on. And in the States, it's just around about lunchtime that it comes out. 1 p.m. here. Yes! World clock in here is close. Right, anyway. We are, like I said, we're setting some project goals tonight. So first things first, I need to head into this mode. And then I need to create a new one of these. And I want to head to this website. And I need to go over here. And I'm going to, what's that? There we go. Bosh. Okay. So, as I've mentioned, tonight we're setting some hobby goals, right? So, as I've stated, in Warhammer 40,000 land, I have Tyranids. So, one thing I wanted to kind of gauge from you guys is, what Tyranids videos do you want to see? Because as it stands right now, yet to come out from me, and it will come out once I get them finished, is the Gene Stealers, Hormagaunts, Lictor, and the... I'm just going to hit view all because it's easier. Pyrovore. Yep. Hello, Conic. Could really do with a Maliceptor video. Peter, you don't need one. You've nearly finished it and it looks gorgeous. So, currently what we have is we have Termagants. We've got 20 of them. 10 of them are in completely different colours, but that's fine. It doesn't bother me. We have 20 Termagants. We have Death Leaper. We have a Neurolictor. We have a Parasite of Mortrex. We have Barb Gaunts. We have a... what's it called? Oh, there's the Pyrovore. We have the Psychophage, we have the Screamer Killer, we have the Norn Emissary, we have that. The Haruspex. So here's the thing, is like, what do people want to see? Because I need to I need to finish it off, right? Because I need to do the 10 Gene Stealers, I need to do the 10 Hormagaunts, I need to do the Lictor, and I need to do the Pyrovore. But once they're done, I will have exactly... we will have exactly... I have it here on my computer. My computer? My phone. I have 1,615 points. So, I need, however many that is, 385 points. So those of you who are Tyranids aficionados, let me know in the comments, in the chat. Or tell me Tyranids are rubbish and you don't want to see any more Tyranids videos. Whichever you like. At Warhipster, my girlfriend is finishing up her Sylvaneth army and it's all grey at the moment. I showed her your videos and she's super glad she has a guide to paint her Lady of Vines and Tree Men. Oh, awesome. Awesome, buddy. She lucked out because she was wanting the Cherry Blossom look like the Lady of Vines you did. Ah, well, there you go. That's the luckiest place to be. I've actually got the, what are they called? The ones on the bugs to do. Spite Rider Lancers. I've got them to do as well. I need to get them done. Because that's the last thing that I haven't done for my Sylvaneth. 50 Spore Mines. Could put in 50 Spore Mines, Res. I'm not sure we want a video on how to paint 50 Spore Mines. Probably more likely on a video on how to buy 50 Spore Mines. And then how to paint them. I look for ones with particularities that differentiate them from the rest. The techniques are easily extrapolable between bugs. They are indeed. 100% they are. So I thought about, and Adam gave me some tips as well. He said get one of these. I just think they look so bad in comparison to the new ones. Look at that guy. Look at this little guy. Just... it doesn't look great, you know? That's the Harris specs. Zoanthropes and Gargoyles are popping out. Min unit of each is 185. More points for you. Okay, so Gargoyles and Zoanthropes. Could she be encouraged to join in with a tale of many Warhipsters? Would be so lovely to see another woman sharing her work. Yeah, Jacob, get her involved. I think somebody else asked another question. Yes, Sean. Hi guys, didn't paint since May. Slowly getting back to work with the Witch King tutorial when I can propose this one for a tale of many Warhipsters. Don't know where y'all are anymore in the schedule. We are on episode 3, I want to say. So, we are... hang on, I'll tell you exactly. Live. So last one was a week delayed. So we've had episode 2, so episode 3 is on the way. So the deadline for this one is which is the 30th of September, so 3 days time, is to do one specialist / other unit, which the Witch King could be considered to be, because he could be one of the 9, although he is a character. Episode 4, which is October, is a big thing / other, so anything you want. And then the next character is the deadline 5. So between the 1st of November and the 30th of November is our next character. So there's loads of time, the whole of November, if you wanted to do it during the character month. Absolutely. You're painting your Tyranids following your recipe. Oh, awesome, Thierry. Is that a Discord server? No, Tale of Many Warhipsters is our monthly showcase. If you head over to YouTube, you're already on YouTube. If you head over to the channel page, there's the Tale of Many Warhipsters. We did a whole stream on how you enter it. Essentially, what you do is you paint something up during the month, and then you send it to me via one of 3 methods. You can either drop it to me in the Discord server, which you can be a member of by becoming a YouTube member or a Patreon subscriber. You can use the Google form link that is in the bottom of the videos, which I shall put up the first one for now. There we go. It gives a schedule as well, all that. Would a black coach count as something big? Oh, it 100% would, Plops of Corn. The black coach is enormous. 100% it would. But yeah, it's a monthly challenge of hobby celebration where we're just getting together and I show off all the cool stuff that you guys have done and I give you lots of lovely feedback alongside my friends and the chat. So Reza, Mr. Richard Gwatkin, who I think is here, and Adam, who I don't think is here. He's probably working like some boring workman. So yeah. Here we have an exocrine. If I add an exocrine, I wonder what happened. No, because the only reason that you submit the thing that I'm stating, so if I say like we're doing a troop or whatever this month, you do the thing that I suggest this month so that you're in with a chance for me to buy you your next month's models. That's the only reason. You can submit whatever the hell you want every month. But if you want to be in the chance for me to buy you a model, you submit the thing that is part of the framework. So at the moment, this month, it's just a specialist / other, so it can be whatever you like. Heavy support, fast attack, elite, other, battle line, whatever you like. And then next month, it's a big thing. So monster, artillery, behemoth. If you don't have a big thing in your army, I will just use my common sense to determine whether or not. So like if you're doing Harlequins, for example, there aren't any big things in the Harlequins, so it's like, yeah, cool. Is it too late to join? It is never too late to join. A Lehman Russ would be cool for next month. Yes, 100%. 100% it would be cool. Never too late. You can join in at any time and you can drop out any time. There's no forfeit. Yeah, there's no like disqualification or anything like that. It's just, you know, if you can't do anything that month, it doesn't matter. It's cool. Life gets in the way. Not all of us can be YouTubers who paint models all day, every day. Got a Hive Tyrant lined up for next month. Sick. Right, so I'm just gonna add stuff to my cart because I'm trying to figure stuff out. But you guys are saying for okay. You guys are saying gargoyles. So gargoyles are out of stock. Come on now. Come on now. Goodness sake. King Oruk gifting a Warhipster membership. Thank you very much, King Oruk. It's our first new member of the day. Trying to find my thing so that I can update the tracker. Yes. That puts us on 401. I should set a new goal, shouldn't I? Yesterday was very overwhelming. I cried. We're going to set a new goal there of 450. Good evening, Chewy. So, I can't add any gargoyles because they're out of stock. So that's a negatory on that. What was the other thing someone said? Toxicrene, Haruspex, Maliceptor. What's the Maliceptor look like? Is it a Maliceptor? That's the one you're doing, isn't it, Peter? Yeah, that one. Who looks like it's painted in the colours of Kraken. For some reason, when everything else is Leviathan. That's fun. Tyrannofex. Isn't that the Exocrine kit? Zoanthropes. Which ones are the Zoanthropes? I don't know Tyranids. I don't really like them. Oh, that's the Zoanthropes. Okay. So you're saying get some Zoanthropes. They're out of stock. Great. Gargoyles are in stock on Firestorm. Are they indeed? Well, that changes things. Warhammer 40,000. Both are in stock. Xenos armies. Tyranids. Right, so what we're doing? We're doing gargoyles and zoanthropes. So they are. Zoanthropes. Gargoyles. Tyrannofex is the other one, the big gun. I think it's, yeah, I think it's part, yeah, Tyrannofex / Turvagon. I think if I was going to get any of the big bugs, it would be a Exocrine. Let me just add stuff to this list. No, those are characters. Other data sheets. So if I add some gargoyles, they're battle line, aren't they? Yeah. Gargoyles. Other data sheets. Zoanthropes. 110. That leaves us to 200 points, guys. 200 of the best. So, given as like enhancements cost points now, we really need to do 150 points. So, there's 150 points left in my Tyranids army. So pick wisely. Do a head swap on the Exocrine. No. I don't care enough about my Tyranids. So I'm setting some project goals, Philip. I'm trying to figure out what I need to get to finish off some projects. One of them is this one, Tyranids. Another one is Cities of Sigmar. That one's pretty easy because most of it's not out yet, so we know what we need to get. Seraphon. That's another one. Turbigon. Everyone's just saying different things. This one. Do we not want this one? Tyrannofex is the one. That's the one you want. How many points is a Tyrannofex these days? The Tyrannofex is 245 points, guys. I can't fit a Tyrannofex. That's a no-go. A Turvagon? What does the Turvagon do? The Turvagon just isn't here. Why is the Turvagon not here? Toxocrine, Trigon, Tyranid Warriors, Tyrannofex, Tyrant Guard, Venomthropes. It's just not in the app. That's a Tyrannocyte. Is it a character? It's a character. I've got a Broodlord. It's painted blue though. which I'm not mad about. If I put the Brood Lord in, yeah, see 110 points. Turvagon is the other half of the Tyranid effect. Do you know what? I'll just put this in my bag because it's £33. There we go. Decision made. Tyranid effects. Okay. Right. So. Yeah, no, I was being an idiot. The Turvagon is a character, it's not an other. There we go. I know you know, Adam. Right. So, I need to just remember what's on my list. Soulblight Grave Lords. Soulblight Grave Lords. So, I now need to swap apps to my AOS app. So as it stands, for Soulblight Grave Lords, I currently have a Vampire Lord. I have Prince Duval. I have Ivya Volga. I own 20 skeletons. I don't own that. I don't own that. Don't own that. Don't own that. Don't own that. Why was I just endlessly adding Blood Knights to this? Right, there we go. So, I have Prince Duval, Vampire Lord, Ivya Volga, 20 Death Rattle Skeletons, the Crimson Court, and I have 10 Blood Knights. That's what I have for my Soulblight Grave Lords. That comes to 1,185 points. So, what do you want to see from the what do you want to see from the Soulblight Grave Lords range, guys? I mean, that is true, Captain Mannerings. But I would rather be like 50 points over. I'm not having 4,000 points of Tyranids. It's just not happening. Neferati, you say? She's 410. Goodness me. I do not have a legal list with Neferata in it. 410 points for her, really? How much is Manfred? He's 400 points. I was interested in some Soulblight, but I haven't started my Slaves to Darkness. Personal question. What would you consider your magnum opus on Painted Mini? Archaon. I think Archaon is my best Painted Mini. And I think it because of the sheer scale of the model. How much fun I had doing it. Have you done the Soulblight Vanguard box? Yeah, so I've got the Soulblight Vanguard box. So I've got the Death Rattle Skeletons to do. I need some zombies. Zombies we need. I don't want 120 zombies. I don't want that many zombies. That's too many zombies. Grand Alliance Death. Soulblight Grave Lords. I can't imagine any of this is in stock. Where are we? Dead Walker Zombies. Am I blind and just haven't seen it yet? There they are. Do you have Nagash, Josh, out of interest? No, I don't. Nagash is on my list of things to do one day when I have the money to buy him. He's like one of the. There's him and Alariel. They're like the last of the kind of really big god pieces that I haven't done yet. Deadwalker zombies, there they are. 150 points. And they're a unit of 20. There we go. But yeah, Nagash is very much on my list of things to do, because he's Nagash, he's cool, right? So we want some Deadwalker zombies. That takes me to 1,335 points. So I've got the Blood Knights to do. I've got 10 of them. I've got the Crimson Court. I own that. Deadwalker zombies. Death Rattle Skeletons. What other battle line options have we got? Dire Wolves. Do you guys want to see some Dire Wolves? Is that a thing? I like the Dire Wolves. That can be one of those videos that I make that no one watches. There they are. No, I don't want a corpse cart. Vargeist. I've got Vargeists, actually. That's a good point. Because they're in the Vanguard box. You get some Vargeists. I forgot to put them in. Direwolves. Vargeists. There they are. Radikar the Beast. Is he here? Yes, he is. He's in. And we've got to do a zombie dragon as well, right? Where is he? Terrorgeist. There it is. Add that. Fellbats. I've already done Fellbats, actually, Wiggle Wiggles Bottom. There's a video for them. Because with zombies, death rattle skeletons, and wolves, that gives me enough battle line. So then I can just add everything else around it. Do you know what? That's already 2,000 points. Zombie Dragon Lord. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do Prince... Not Deval. Prince Vordry. Because he's the named one. Belladama Volga. She is a cool model. She is Virkos. Can you still get the Flesh Eater Courts? SC? You've lost me there, Captain Manrix. Oh, start collecting set. I don't know if you can. Flesh Eater Courts. Yes, you can. Done. Yeah, because that plus Gerion's delegation. Would do wonders. Oh god. Hang on. We can delete that one. There we go. It's already on 250 quid. Good. Good stuff. Okay. So that's our Soulblight Grave Lords figured out, I think. I'm pretty certain. Right, so who's next? Do tell me if this is boring. Oryx. Oryx. Yep, so Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Destruction. Oruk or War Clans. No, we don't need any of those. They're all new. We've already done them. Oh, excuse me. Big Grix Cruel Shots. Oh, that's sick. So yesterday, Breaker Boss on Maya Brute Trogoth. That was the one that everyone wanted. Gore Grunters. Still out of stock. We'll put them in for now. Odd Boys, old. Get him while you know. Get him while you can. I've already got a Gordrak. He's already in the completion list. I don't need to buy another one. It was the Marsh Crawler. Would you get to deduct this from taxes and income expense like here in the US? Yeah, percentage of it. It's because it's equipment for me to do my job, so it's an expense for on the part of the business. It's just a lot of money to part with. I've actually got one of these. I've got everything that's in that. So the other thing would be him, but I don't need him for now because I've got enough Oryx in various different formats in order to be able to do this. So the Breaker Boss, the Gore Grunters, and the Marsh Crawler. Yeah. Where are we? There we are. Cities, we already know. Seraphon. So, guys, the balls are inert. Haven't heard that for a long time. Seraphon. Ayo. So, I have in my possession a Spawn of Chotek. I have the Hunter/Chargers to do. I have an Astrolith Bearer to do. And I have Agrodon Lancers. So those are all videos that will be coming. Now, I think all as I need is just a box of Saurus Warriors. However, the Vanguard set does have some more Kroxigor. So we could do some more Kroxigor. I do need that, and then there would be a Carnosaur involved. So that would be a nice set of things to add to the Seraphon videos that we have, right? We'd love to see a Lariel Evo. We've got a Lariel, and we will do it eventually. I've got her to do as well as the Spite Riders. And then I'm done with the Sylvaneth forever. So I don't need to buy anything for them until they get new stuff. So I think, yeah, Warspawned. There you go, Carlos. So yeah, this would give me an opportunity to do them, as well as some Starborn stuff. So I think what I will do is I will add this one to the basket, and that pretty much wraps it for Seraphon. Carnosaur, Bastardodon, Troglodon. Yeah, see, at the risk of bankrupting myself. How much is a Bastardodon? 35. And the Troglodon is part kit with that. 80 skinks. No. I will pick up the Starblood Stalkers if I don't already have them. To do skinks. So that's them. The last one is Space Marines. Now, guys, I asked a couple of weeks ago what Space Marine chapter I should do next, and I asked the same thing on Instagram. And Salamanders were the clear winner. So Salamanders videos are something that you guys wanted to see. Now, I've been thinking about doing a Salamanders Horus Heresy army for a little while. Just things I'd love to see. No, it's fine, Wiggle Wiggle's bottom. I know you'd love to see them, and I'd love to do them. But we gotta be realistic. Because I'm looking at many models that I probably won't get all of that done before Christmas, given as there's still stuff yet to come out this year. That we don't know everything that's going to come out this year, and there'll probably be some awesome stuff. Hey, how was the beefy burger? The beefy burger was delicious, and it was wonderful. So I've got a ton of not salamanders. I've got a ton of Space Marine kits lying around. One of the things I would like to get, and I can't do it from this website, is Vulcan, because I would like to do Vulcan, the Primarch. And I'd like to do quite a few Salamanders videos. So I'd like to do like some dreadnoughts, maybe a vehicle. Did you have a good birthday? I did, TN Trash. Thank you very much. I had a lovely birthday. I'm in the birthday come down today. More Seraphon would be great. I agree. I'd like to, like I said, I'd like to finish these things and make them into like functional armies. So that it gets me either one step closer to being able to do lots of really cool battle report content, and just kind of show off the models, or alternatively, if I no longer want the army, to be able to sell it as a complete thing for somebody else to use it, or indeed give it away if I feel so generous. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's easy, right? So yeah, I don't know about you guys. Is Horus Heresy content something you guys are into? Because it is just more Space Marines. But like, because I've done so many Blood Angels videos, I always get a little bit conscious of the fact that there are so many videos about one army, and it is Space Marines, and it's pretty much always going to be the same thing every time. It just, various color placement is different. So I just wanted to check. Ricky said he was going to donate it, and he did buy it, and it hasn't turned up yet, Soul Reaper. But when it does, I will do it, 100%. That could be a 100k sub giveaway, a whole army. Exactly, Mike's Painted Minis. Exactly. Now, we've got to 100,000 subscribers. Have an army. Did you do a Death Company video? I did, TN Trash. That's very true, Vicious Goose. But then I would be feeding the world. Peter's got the Shalaxi. Yes. And I've got Kairos. Any Salamander painting on the new Space Marines? I'm sure that's something we could work out, Commander Dante. A Company of the Damned. Of the Legion of the Damned. I haven't done them yet, no. Storage is kind of a thing. Yeah, see, I could have to take out big yellow storage to... Problem is, I know as soon as I do that, I'll just be like, oh, I've got a lot of space in here now. I could probably fit it with more models. Have you got 2K or Flesh Eater Courts? No, I've got Jerian's Delegation, and if I get this, so Jerian's Delegation comes to 460 points. So I have a quarter of a quarter? No, not even that. Nearly a quarter of 2,000 points of Flesh Eater Courts. A Legion of the Damned video. What are you doing to me? Look at this. Look at this hair. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Yeah. I think Flesh Eater Courts are one of those ones where it's like, at the moment, you kind of want 200 ghouls, but you also don't want to paint 200 of the old ghouls, because they're old ghouls. Ghouls! I am having a bit of a good hair day at the moment. Look at that. I just do that. Oh, hey. Take off the glasses. Look nice and handsome. Apart from the big red marks here from wearing the glasses. Yeah, so I've got like 20 ghouls, and if I get the FEC start collecting, I'll have another 20 ghouls. Which would be many ghouls. Ghouls. Hopefully Games Workshop sends you the next Warhammer Underworlds expansion for you to paint. Which one is that? What is it called? March of Time? Is that the one with Ideneth and Slanesh in it? Is that the one that was previewed? Because I know the next Warcry thing is Cities of Sigmar and Ogres. Wicked Ghoul. Use the ghouls as zombies. It's very, very good. Right, I've actually got a few more skeletons to build, so I'm going to build those now and continue talking to Jarl. And then we'll wrap up. Where's the instruction manual? Death Gorge. Best naming conventions ever. Yes, it is the one with the cool new Slaneshi models. I knew I had it right in my head. Because my cabinet behind me, right, it has been very dedicated to certain armies at certain times. But what I really like is the idea of having Lord of the Rings good, Lord of the Rings evil. Grand Alliance Order, Grand Alliance Death, Grand Alliance Destruction, Grand Alliance Chaos. Space Marines, well, Imperium, probably 2 shells of that. Chaos and Xenos. So just having a real mixed bag in there, and I'll feel like I have a really nice collection of things. Another project I want to do is my Warhound Titan, but I want to do something that goes along with it. And I was looking at it the other day, and I was like, you know what? You can do an army of 2 Cerastus Knights. not the Lancer, but you can do 2 Cerastus Knights, the one with the Flamer, and a Warhound Titan, and that can be your entire army. That's 2,000 points. And I was like, that's cool. But then I thought, do you know what? I have down here, I have a company champion, I have Sergeant, what's he called? Sergeant Castus. And I have Inquisitor Erasmus Carter Volnus. Yes, Captain Marins, I will be waiting until Skaven get a new army list, new army set or of some description to do a bunch of Skaven videos at this point. The models are just very old. So I was like, okay, cool. So I've got Inquisitor Carter Volnus. I should do him or them alongside some Adeptus Arbites or Arbites, however you say it. I should do an Inquisitorial army, an Imperial Agents army, with the Warhound, because I think that would be cool. And the Warhound Titan, my plan for the Warhound Titan is to do that in a 24-hour stream, which we will... I think I'll try and make that a charity stream. As like a fun thing for us to do as a group. Steve Boyd, happy birthday, mighty bearded one from Holiday in Crete. Thank you, Steve, and thank you very much for being a member for 2 months. Thank you for your continued support. That's all right, Philip. I've got one thing for Middle Earth I can submit this month. The rules are still a bit weird. Why can't a Rhino be in the Imperial Agents data cards? It's bizarre, isn't it, TNT? But my plan would be to not kind of do it like index compliant. It would just be to do something that I think would look cool. So some Sisters of Silence, a Warplock Bombardier. Do you know what? I have one of those. Peter, I have one of those right here. I picked him up ages ago to be like a reference for other Skaven, and then other Skaven came out, and I was like, oh, probably do them then. And then just never did it. Would a load of new Skaven models excite you, Mr. the Warhipster? It would. It would. A load of new Skaven models would excite me. Because, you know, I've said this before, but I think there's two races in Warhammer that I think are very uniquely Warhammer. And it's the Skaven and the Seraphon, or as they were formerly known, Lizard Men. And it's not that they're unique in terms of like the fantasy setting, but the way that Games Workshop does them is very unique. And to me, I look at Seraphon, Lizard Men, and I look at Skaven, and I just think, you know what, Skaven are just so iconically Warhammer. As much as, say, a Space Marine. But when I think of Old World, I think of Skaven, 100%. So to do a really cool, brand new, modern Skaven army would be awesome. It would also fit very well into my Grand Army of Chaos, so that's good. The never-ending project. I didn't realise there was a salute emoji. That's awesome. I'm into it. We built a boulder. Skeletons. Thanks for all you do for us, Josh. You are welcome, Dambuster. Member for 5 months. You hero. Thank you so much. Need a Stegodon tutorial for Stegageddon. All you need is chaos. Anything else just fits nicely decaying on the world spaces. No, I don't want to paint 80 clan rats and 60 plague monks. That is not a thing that is on my list of things to do in my life, especially not the version that we have of them now. Yes, the Warhammer Underworlds Skaven stuff is really nice. I've got the Plague Pack. What's it called? The Clan Pestilence one that came out recently. I've got that. I've got that to do. But it's, it's as we discussed yesterday. There are only so many hours and so many days that a Warhipster can work. And after we went to Beefy Boys yesterday, came home, we chilled out for a little bit, and then I did some work. Because I've got to get ready for... I've got to get these videos ready. It's kind of like one of the joys of being freelance and doing this for yourself, is you are your own boss. You are what you make of it. The success is what you make of it, and it is incredibly rewarding when you have a really good week, when you have a really good day, and it feels so me. I feel so accomplished on some days, something that I never got from any other job that I did. I just spend my days feeling good about what I'm doing, even if I'm tired and my legs don't work. But such is life. And I honestly, I can't wait to the day where I am able to look at the ad revenue and all that kind of thing, and I can say, do you know what? We're going to make somebody else's dream come true. They're going to be able to come and work with Warhammer for their full-time job. Like, I honestly can't wait for that day. It's going to be so good. Not just for me, in terms of me, I'll finally be able to get an extra couple of hours sleep per day, but just being able to, just make that dream. I think that we all had as kids. Oh, wouldn't it be great to just, be able to just, do Warhammer for a living? I can't wait for it, guys, honestly. It's that kind of thing that makes, doing all of the work that I do now, just really worth it. I love the people. The people of the Warhammer universe. I have heard about that, Captain Manrings. It's an insane skill. I've watched a so at my uni there was a lad who could do it, and I've watched him do it, and it just it's really it doesn't make sense when you're watching it happen. It's like, no, this shouldn't be happening. Finished Leviathan Terminators today. The Blood Angel's thin down on Bile Red is really looking good. Not much Mephiston tidy up at all. And once you've done it a couple more times, you'll have to do no Mephiston Red tidy up. So with that recipe, I've painted like 30 models now. Where did you go for uni, if you don't mind me asking? I do not mind you asking at all. I went to Leeds Metropolitan, which is now known as Leeds Beckett. For 3 wonderful years. I had a lovely time there. I did music technology because I was going to be a world famous record producer. That's what I was going to be. And then I found out that that's really hard. So I didn't do that. When younger, me and a buddy really wanted to open a hobby gaming shop in our hometown. My dad talked us out of the idea, rightly so, but I'm at the age and experience now, seriously considering it. Well, hey, I mean, like, with the proliferation of board games and tabletop wargaming and Dungeons and Dragons and the popularity of that in the kind of public consciousness, now is a good time to open stores like that, especially if there is that social element that you can add into it. So either, you know, form of like serving food or having a gaming space that you run frequent events, like community-based events, because it is something that is people are really into. I see you as a drum and bass producer. Now, if you can believe it, looking at me, what kind of music do you think I play? Just take one look at me. Now imagine the plaid shirt. I was a folk boy through and through. $68. Do-do-do. Biddy-boo, biddy-boo, biddy-boo. Death metal, skibbity boo bop jazz. I wish. No, I was a sad boy with an acoustic guitar. And in many ways, some of us still are. We're veering dangerously close to me being like, should I go and get my guitar? Hey, I mean, I was in a number of different bands. Like at uni, I spent a fair bit of time as part of a pop punk band, which was really fun. When I was younger, I was in a metal band, and I was in an indie band, and did a lot of kind of solo stuff and various different things and various different musical projects. And as I've gotten older, I just haven't really done it very much. You know, not for lack of wanting to do it, it's just, you know, I kind of very quickly realised that whilst some people might think I'm good at it, I'm not good enough at it, you see. And I was like, I'm never going to be a rock star or a world famous record producer. It's just not going to happen. It's not in the cards for me. So I don't have the commitment to doing it, right? Because I studied music technology at a time where like bedroom musicians were just about to take off. So when I went to uni, it was just before dubstep took off as a genre. And then dubstep took off as a genre. And everything just changed from that point onwards. You know, people were just doing dubstep remixes of everything in their bedroom with equipment that they were able to buy off the internet for a generally quite affordable price. So I went to university to study to do this quite high-tech thing that would enable me to work in music studios and things like that, only to discover that all the music studios were now closing because everyone was just at home recording on their home PC. I mean, and you know, we're streaming right now. I've got a professional grade microphone here, and this cost me 50 quid. You could write and record an EP with this microphone. You know, in the background behind me, there's another one just here. Can just see you on the one show telling Alex all about your new collab. That would be something, wouldn't it? Here to tell us all about his new album, Josh. All right. What do you like to do in your spare time, Josh? I like to paint Warhammer, Alex. I used to be in bands, but it gets harder to find the motivation when you're older. Remember all the effort for very little fiscal rewards. It's fun to create stuff, but as a career, it's pretty hard. If you've got 50 million streams on Spotify, that might cover the microphone. Exactly. But like, the thing that I found that was difficult, and I still find difficult about to this day, is whenever the prospect of doing some work with music comes up, sometimes I get really excited and I'm like, you know, some people would be like, hey, should we get together and like jam or something? And you go, yeah, that sounds cool. And then like when I was sort of 25, I went to do a little kind of just literally just a little hangout with a friend of mine. I took my guitar and we just played for a bit. And he was like, you know, I think we've got some legs here. And I was like, no, come on, man. This was just meant to be fun. This wasn't about, you know, making it serious or making money or anything like that. And I just think, like, so you step into a lot of musical projects, and I found this as I got older and older, that not everybody would be on the same page about what it was you were trying to do. And if it's like, yeah, I just want to get together, maybe play a show once a week, meet new people, and just make some cool music. Just play some covers, have a good time, entertain people, you know. That was like, that more and more became what my vision was, and other people were like, we'll head out on a UK world tour, we'll record the first album next year, and we'll record, and I'm just like, nah, that's not what I actually want from my musical journey. At that time, I just didn't want it. As I kind of got more and more into it, as I was more into the idea of kind of setting up shop and then just making cool projects together with people. But more and more people were just like wanting to make music as a career, and I think you just got that disparity of what people actually thought the whole point of it was. And as soon as you came to like that moment where you figure out that not everyone's aligned, the whole thing falls apart. It'd be like it's like any creative enterprise, right? It's like if you and a couple of your mates decide to start a podcast, but one person's like, chasing after them sponsorships, and nobody else wants that for the podcast. That person who's chasing the sponsorships is like, well, hold on, I'm doing all this work, and the other people are like, we didn't ask you to. And they're like, well, what's the whole point of doing this then? And then you fall out, and that's terrible. Which again happens in most creative enterprises. That's why, like, whenever people ask me what's the number one bit of advice I can give to people who want to start like a YouTube channel or a podcast or something, I always say, be honest with yourself and with each other about what you want that project to be, what you're going to do with it. Because if you're not honest with yourself about your intentions, and you're definitely not honest with your partners about your intentions for the thing, the whole thing will blow up. Guaranteed it will. It's just what happens. Do you know what? In my life, so again, when I was at college, not college, when I was at university, podcasting was starting to take off. So again, everybody wanted to start a podcast. Everyone did at uni, and it was always like, what would the podcast be about? And they'd be like, oh, the podcast would just be like, you know, about what we did that week. And you go, okay, I don't see how that would be interesting, but fine. And like it happened as well, like in the pandemic. You think how many podcasts were started in the pandemic, and then some of them had quite bitter fallings out with, and very publicly, because, you know, people weren't enjoying it or whatever, and just so on and so forth. It's like it's because a podcast seems like it's an easy thing to do, and like making a YouTube channel feels like an easy thing to do, and it's a lot easier when it's just you on your own. But when there's other people involved, you end up with you know, if you're not like clear about the expectations that you set, and again, like I say, for any creative enterprise, if you're not clear about the expectations that you set for that creative enterprise that you go into, you'll run into difficulty. You just will. Because like, if you're like, I'm going to make this YouTube channel because I want to make money and I want to retire, if you're not making money, you work towards being able to make money. Do you see what I mean? It gives you an area to shoot for, as it were. Are you planning on doing any more Slaves to Darkness Contrast Plus videos? What do I need to do, Kiel? What Slaves to Darkness Contrast Plus video are you after? Because we have many. What's your favourite Black Library book? My favourite is Skaven Slayer. It's a great book, March of Time. My favourite Black Library book is Plague Garden. It is the best Black Library book I've ever listened to. Although, to be honest, Fear to Tread was pretty good as well. What are the project goals you've set? So what I've been looking at, Cameron, is the things I'm going to get to finish off the armies, right? So I'll show you. I have a basket full of things I now need to buy. Here it is. So this will enable me to finish off my Oruk War Clans, my Soulblight Grave Lords, and my Tyranids, and my Seraphon. A Chaos War Shrine. Ugh. I don't like the War Shrine model. It's not nice. Look at it. It's like the chariot. Yeah, see the chariot. I knew you were going to say the chariot. The chariot's a horrible model. Don't make me paint the yucky models. I've built my skeletons. See? The Jesus sequel. Are you getting the vampire from the Warhammer TV subscription? Thank you, March of Time, for reminding me I need to order it. That has been on my to-do list for the last 2 weeks, and I keep just going like, oh, I won't do that. I'll do that now. Thank you for reminding me. Cal, there will always be more Slaves to Darkness stuff. Don't you worry. It's we'll see what we can do. It's my Slaves to Darkness army is finished, but there are things that I could add. So there's things like the Chaos Legionnaires and things like that I need to get and add them in. Is there anything for Stormcast to be finished, or do you already own it all? I already own it all, but I haven't painted it all. So I've got things like a Stormstrike Chariot, and I've got things like the Vigilors, and I've got the Vanquishers, and I've got all that stuff. It's just I haven't had the time to do them. Where are we? We're going to Games Workshop. We're going to Age of Sigmar. No, Age of Sigmar. Thank you. Soulblight Grave Lords. Oh no, I should just go to Warhammer Plus, shouldn't I? Warhammer Plus. I accept the cookies. A rolling monthly subscription rather than pay for it yearly. My. Okay. This is a silly website, isn't it? There we go. I've got the Celestant and Stardrake, but no idea how to get that box art dragon down. Mike, it will happen. I will get a Stardrake. Astrea Soulblight. That is a lovely model. I do have Astrea Soulblight. Choose your free model. I want Carlina von Carstein. Yes. Order now. Why can't I order it? You lied to me, Warhammer Plus. I'm already subscribed to Warhammer Plus. My Warhammer. You'll be able to order your chosen miniature for free. Both exclusive miniatures will be available to order from gamesworkshop.com from the 18th of September. It is the 27th. Well, there we go. I will now have to wait. I saw somebody painted it today on Instagram, so you can do it. Yeah, Kel. Actually, I need to get some more Chosen. I think they're so good. I do pay for it annually, Mr. Gwatkin. Show your unpainted Luminefs? Did you get Mybel or Darkfang last time? No, I got Azrak the Annihilator. And I haven't done it. I will get in touch. Show you my unpainted Luminefs. They are all in a box over there under a table. Yet to be built. So, I have everything to do, and I will do it. I'll get in touch with them. Because I should be able to order it now. Order now. And then it just takes me to the... You need to subscribe, bro. I would have got Mybel or Darkfang, but at the time I didn't know I wanted a Slaves to Darkness army. I was like, oh, I'm going to get the Terminator because that's cool. That's a piece of Warhammer history. And then I didn't get the one that I probably should have got. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll get to it eventually. He's in my pile of commemorative miniatures that I have down here. Including, as mentioned, Inquisitor Erasmus Carter-Volnus. Who is, for those of you who don't remember which one that one is. Come here. Come here. Oh yeah, Bayard's Revenge. I've got that as well. At the moment, this... Yes, I am signed in on the website. This one was Inquisitor Erasmus Carter-Volnus. And yeah, as I mentioned, Bayard's Revenge is under here. As is Mugruk the Watcher. As is Holger Clovenhorn. Yeah, the one sword impaled in the book. That's the one. Yeah. Again, just finding time to do these things. But Cities of Sigmar coverage will continue in October. At the moment, it's where it's slated to happen. Well, I'll try and get all of the cities out before the main wave of Cities of Sigmar models come out. Because we're waiting for the Fusiliers, the Great Cannon, Fusil Major, Command Corps, Talia Vedra, Pontifac something or other. Can't remember the name of it. We're waiting for all that good stuff. Ooh. I could build a house with all of the Warhammer boxes I have to FQ. I could. We wouldn't have power, but we would be nicely insulated with all that cardboard. Oh, sick. There's a new tab for chat called Fan Funding. I can now see everything at once. That's amazing. That's really good. Sorry, I've just noticed that. Is Cities an army you want to play in AOS? Also, what's your favourite model from the new range? Yes, it is. 100% it is. Cities is what I want to do. And Talia Vedra. Easily. Easily my favourite model from the new range of cities. The Norn Emissary, eh? There's the Norn Emissary. Don't know if you can see it. Has its pride of place. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? So we have our Stormcast up here, Space Marines here, Leagues of Votan, Age of Destruction. My Lord of the Rings is down here, you can't see that. Stormcaster here. This shelf is free, this shelf is free, that shelf is free. So in Astra Militarum are up here. This cupboard here is one that I need to start parting ways with some models in. So for example, like, I'm probably going to auction off or raffle off Zarek, the Silent King, because he has sat in that cabinet since I painted him in that position. I'm never going to use him. So it's probably time for him to move on. What faction are you looking forward to most getting an update in Old World? Kislev. Colonel, look, there is a universe where there will be a giveaway every day and a raffle every day for me to start clearing stuff out. But before I can do that, I have to take stock of everything I have and just figure out what needs to go and what needs to stay. So it's gonna happen. It's probably next year. Will probably be very like we'll be very like getting rid of stuff. I mentioned to a friend of mine the other day I was thinking of selling my Blood Angels, and if looks could kill. So don't you dare sell the Blood Angels. Do you play or only paint? I do both. I'd like to do a lot of playing content on the channel, but in order to do playing content on the channel, people have to travel to my house. And I need to have enough. I need to have enough armies so that we can always make really good quality stuff. Because I've said this before, but I always want to be able to. If we're doing battle report content, if somebody wants to bring down their Space Marines, it's a terrible thing if it's like, I'm bringing my Ultramarines, and I'm like, cool, the only army I have to fight you is Blood Angels, so we're doing Space Marines versus Space Marines. I never want that. So what I want is to be able to be like, okay, what do you want to fight? Do you want to fight Tyranids? Orcs? Do you know what I mean? There has to be like a pile of different options to be there. Auction for charity would be great as well. Yeah, we could auction some stuff off for charity. The charity being my back pocket. I'm joking. But like, so for example, I have down here, you can't see it, but there is a Knight Castellan, 2 Questoris Knights, and 2 Knight Helverins. And I need to just do something with them. So I either need to eBay them, raffle them, or give them away. I would rather do something where I make a bit of money back for having had them. So raffle them away probably is the best way to do it. But there's got to be a reason behind doing that in order to raise that money. Do you see what I mean? So it's like I'm just sort of sat there and I'm like, I don't know what to spend the money on, because it all just gets reinvested into the channel anyway, you see. Have you built the battle? Yeah, the Battle of Balin's Tomb is all push fit, isn't it? So you can just put it together really quickly. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, so there's two armies that I have that I don't really want anymore. The Imperial Knights and my Anvils of the Helden Hammer Stormcast. They're both projects that, well, they're both armies that are ostensibly up for sale if somebody wants them. I should just stick them on eBay. Use it to buy a PC upgrade. Actually, use it to buy camera 2. Because I love this camera. I need a second one of these cameras for palette cam. I haven't seen your reply yet, Flyin. I will go and have a look. Not now, because we're live. We can't talk amongst ourselves. How much would the knights be? How much are Imperial Knights these days? That is a great question. I don't know how much they cost. Obviously I wouldn't sell them at cost, but they are fully painted. Let me have a look. I was about to make a throwaway joke, but someone might tell me that legals are binding. 210, 265, 375. So it's 375 new. You may be starting an Imperial Knights army as we speak. Rich, do you want to buy an Imperial Knights army? Then you don't have to paint it. This is where I'm really bad at valuing my own work. Because they... I'm not going to... In fact, I'll just get one out for you. You can see what I mean. Come to me. So, here's one of them. This is the Gallant. It's not particularly specially well painted, but we have the Gallant here. This is what it looks like. So there's this one. There's a... Is it a Crusader? No, it's not. There's this one, plus one with a Gatling cannon and another one of these. And then there's a Castellan. And then the two Helverins. I should just put them on eBay, shouldn't I? Or just pull the trigger and do a raffle. And say, look, I want to buy a new camera. You could win an Imperial Knights army for a £5 ticket. I should just do it. I should just do it. $900 each. No, come on now. And then the other thing, I'm just trying to find it. So the other army that I have available is this one. Oh. There we go. Oh, Philip, I forgot you won him. So this is my Anvils of the Heldenhammer army. So this army, this is all pre-contrast, I should just stress. Oh, good, Chewy. Home to Newcastle. That won't be a difficult game at all. So yeah, I did this army like the year I came back, and this is my first step into Age of Sigmar. So yeah, this is the other thing. Well, yeah, wiggle wiggles bottom. That's the thing. The whole army is available. Yeah, everything you could ever need to play Stormcast Eternals. So if I put that up as a raffle, it's really exciting, right? Because it's like a £5 ticket. You could win 4,000 points of Stormcast. And then we get a new camera. Or 2 new cameras. Pallet cam. Bedroom cam. Feet cam. No, we don't have a feet cam. 200 is still pretty cheap for a painted knight. Well, and this is the thing, Captain Mannerings. I agree, but then I look at my own work and I go, 80 quid, which is terrible. Now you could buy as many. So I've done a couple of raffles in the past. So on the raffle thing, you can buy as many tickets as you like to have a better chance of have a better chance of doing it. How much for the Stormcast army? The watch paint dry cam? Yep. Yeah. Hang on. I think I figured this out. If I did, it's not on this phone. Again, I'd have to add up how much it costs, as it were. But that's what I mean. Is I've got that Anvils of the Helden Hammer army. I've got the Imperial Knight Lance. What is the best way of moving them on? Do I sell them? What do I value them at? Do I go like, oh yes, it's £600-700? Bearing in mind it's pre-contrast, so it's all right work from me, but I don't think it's my best work. I think it's as good as it was going to be at the time. I've had a lot more painting experience since then, and I'm really terrible at selling my own models. I'm very terrible at it because I'm like I said, very low, and I don't look at eBay or what other people are selling them for because I'm like, I'm not greedy. Exactly, Colonel. I'll probably do the raffles. Unless somebody really wants them, in which case message me and we can talk about what a fair price would be. C Studios once quoted me £800 for one Contemptor Dread to put things into perspective. Sorry. Oh my. I would do a spit take, but there's a lot of models here. Let me just tell me how much that was again. £2,500 for Scarbrand. Well, far be it for me to comment on other people's pricing models, shall we say? That does seem like a lot of money. If I didn't have a YouTube channel that I make lots of videos for, it'll make no surprise to you all, but when I do a commission, I quote obscenely low. I'm not going to go over prices, but like, yeah. I also don't do levels. I just do my best. That's fair, Scarbrand. How much is Scarbrand? Is he 85 quid? Yeah. My quote my quote 3 years ago. I can tell you what my prices were 3 years ago. If he was 85 quid, it would have been £170 is what I would have quoted for Scarbrand 3 years ago. Hello, Mr. the Hipsters from Liam's new studio stream. Ooh! Did he stream from inside the studio? I'm very excited to see what he's building over there. My prices are different now than what they were three years ago. But 3 years ago they were really, really low. I used to do 2 times recommended retail price would be the amount of money that I would quote for a commission. That would include build, prime, and paint and base. Good evening, Andrew. It's a hay raid. Hey, Leeks Veeks. You all love me. I love all of you. Do you still take commissions? I haven't for a while, and but I will eventually. My plan is that commissions will reopen once I hire a member of staff. It's time for a Dempsey bombardment. Is the man himself here? I'm so proud of him and so excited for him for the studio. It's so cool. Belated happy birthday for yesterday. Bombardment! DP, welcome to Skirmiship. So thank you very much for becoming a member. That's very kind of you. And thank you very much for the belated birthday. I had a wonderful birthday yesterday. Zena, thank you very, very much for the 10. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Is it a second birthday stream? Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Oh, and happy birthday. Thank you. 2 times RRP is what used to charge. Now 3 times for FNF, 5 times for other. 5 times? I'm not quite there yet. Bane Roland, happy unbirthday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 20. Tim Chaser gifting the 5 memberships. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you get any models for your birthday? Not yet. You thought you would bring me some friends. Are you one of my friends, Liam? You're my friend, I hope. I count you amongst my friends. Amongst my best friends. Have you painted the plastic noise marine that they released 4 or 5 years ago? No, but I was in discussions to get one. My channel's birthday is in July. That's my jubilee. Barrows Forge, thank you very much for the happy birthday. DKM2, thank you very much. Garsty, thank you very much. Paul, thank you. Biblical Nipple, excellent name. Thank you very much. No, that makes sense, James. That makes sense. That makes sense. So that's the problem with commission painting when you're running a YouTube channel as well. And I've said this before, is one of the reasons I haven't accepted new commissions for a while is because new commissions that people want quite often are the thing you've just done. So like when I did Angron, I had 3 or 4 requests to do Angron again, and I was like, he took 2 days. It took a day and a half actually. I can't just sit painting Angrons because I can't then make videos about them. Easton Jones gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That puts us on 412. Demogorgon. Thank you. Thank you very much. I had a lovely birthday yesterday. I'm kind of tempted to eat more shortbread, but I shouldn't. I've had 3 bits today, and it's delicious. But it's terrible for me. I shouldn't keep eating plenty of shortbread. Mr. Liam Dempsey gifting 5 memberships himself. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Liam. Thank you. Next stream, I'm going to come on and I'm going to donate you 5. And then you'll tell me off again, but I don't care. So Alice made some millionaire shortbread, and it's the most delicious thing in the world. She made some last year, and I was like, can you make some of that again for my birthday? And she was like, yes, I will. And then she did. And I was like, that's a girl who loves me right there. Because I'd forgotten that I'd asked for that. And then she just came home with the... ingredients. It's like, I'm a lucky man. Probably too lucky. I'm an exceptionally lucky man. Because I get to do this job. I get to sit here and talk to all of you. I have Alice in my life. You know, living the dream, and incredibly humble for it. It's because we're friends. We are friends. When can I come to the new studio, Liam? Can I come down for the launch party? I'll bring my subscribers. What has been your most challenging model to paint? One you looked at and went, oh, that's a lot. So I answered this, not this specific question, is what did I consider my magnum opus? Archaon. Because once I'd built him, I realised just how big he was. He's an enormous model. And I was like, there is no way. But we got there. Yeah, but when it's ready for content, Liam, I'll come down. And we can hold hands and walk around the studio. And you can show me all the stuff. And I will have no feedback. Because I'll be like, fuck you, I want one. Where's my studio? Where's my studio and where's my Joe? Do you mean the Everchosen? Indeed. The Everchosen himself. It's the biggest model I've ever painted. It was incredibly intimidating. But I was determined to paint it. And I really wanted to paint it. It was kind of like... he was one of those things that I think a lot of people used to joke about with me. It's like, oh, I bet you couldn't contrast paint an Archaon. I was like, watch me. And then I got to it and I was like, no, it's time to do it. And it was like, it's so big. And my camera usually sits around about here, my phone camera, when I'm filming my overhead tutorials. It was up here. It was up against the ceiling. Just smashed straight into the ceiling. And I'd be like, right, cool. And there's barely enough room for it in my filming area. Now the next big model that I've got to paint is a Warhound Titan, which we will be doing with contrast paint with a brush, naturally. So that one might intimidate me a little bit more. But that one I'm also planning to do within 24 hours, live on the internet. And then I will finish off that Warhound Titan and I'll be like, cool. Now it's time for the Reaver, which I don't own yet. Maybe that's what we auction off one. So we auction off one of the army. We raffle off one of the armies for a camera. And we raffle off the other army for a Reaver. And then we raffle off my kidney for the Warlord. It's mostly because I want to be able to sit back, and it'll be one of those things, right? When I've done that, when I finish the Warhound, and I'll say, it's done. I did it with a brush. It's finished, and I did it with contrast paint. And then the next day, I'll wake up late because I'll have been painting for 24 hours, and I will go on the internet, and there will be a comment on a video not necessarily one of mine, but on someone else's or somewhere else where I'll see where someone will say, can't use contrast paint on anything that isn't skeletons. And I'll just be like, oh, back to the drawing board again then. Where's my manta? Don't own a manta yet, but I want to do one. Are you sipping vodka from that bottle? No, it's water. We wanted Alice and I wanted a glass bottle that we could keep in the fridge during the summer when it was really hot, but we we couldn't find one that was a decent enough size, and then there was these. So it's like, to drink this every day means you're exceptionally rich, but this is just a glass bottle that we bought 6 months ago now, and we just refill it. It's perfect. It goes right in our fridge. And it's nearly a litre of water. I've consumed it all on this stream. I know you've said that, Peter, but I want to own the Warlord. And you can't give me a Warlord to paint. I draw the line. I will refuse that. It can't be done. I mean, it can, but I would feel really, really... I wouldn't be able to cope. The IKEA glass bottles are perfect for that. Ooh, I didn't know they had them. Wow. Hey, look at that. 47,930 subscribers. That's what we like to see. What was I was about to look at something. I remember. Leaks Veeks. I missed that. Happy birthday, you absolute ruddy baller. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much for the 5. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Sorry, I missed that. I had a window that was obscuring the chat. I've just minimized it. Now I can see. Sorry. Right, what time is it? It's 10 to 11. We've gone long. So we should probably hang up the phone there, because I've got models I need to paint. I've got to get on with it. You see, it's prime filming time, as I've already mentioned on the stream. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you very much, Liam, for the raid. Thank you for all the people who donated. All the new members, welcome. Do make sure you become a member of the Discord if you aren't already. I've had a wonderful time. Thank you. Streaming is always fun. So it's time for us to conclude things there, which we shall do now. 2,070 more subscribers to go till we get to that 50. Tell your friends. So, Wiggle's bottom. It's actually not. It's something else that I can't tell you about. Something else I have to do. But yes, we're gonna end it there. So I will see you all. Hold on. Should be all right now. Yes. We're going to end there. So I will see you all very, very soon for a video tomorrow. We have a video coming out tomorrow for how to paint the Oruk Ard Boys. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you all very soon in the next one. Please continue. I can't tell you. But I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Bye for now. Love you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.